Hello everyone and welcome to Solshow. Today we are talking about the big new horror movie on the block. It is Hereditary, and this movie stars a family and creepy things are happening to them. I think you have seen this movie before. But oh wait, you haven't seen this movie before because they're gonna do something different. Yes, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I did think it might have something special to it, but at the same time, it seemed like your everyday, creepy little girl movie. That being said, this movie had a lot of tricks up its sleeve, and I did not know what I was getting into at all, and I walked away a little bit with a mindfuck. It was annihilation all over again, but let's take it back. Let's take it back. So, in this movie, we got this family which is comprised of a mom and dad who are very disconnected, a son who just wants to get high and chase girls, and the daughter who is a very big outsider, and she was raised by her grandmother who is now dead, and she is now a complete outcast to the family, and she's obviously very different and possibly a little bit challenged in ways socially. So now we are presented with our cast, and bad things happen, and from there on out, creepy things happen, and it may or may not lead to a lot of other things. This is a hard movie to talk about without spoilers. But goddamn, this film, it got me. There was a lot of information being thrown at the screen, and a lot of that information really could have taken a lot of different turns. And visually, sound engineering wise, this was a great movie. There was so many interesting angles, so many interesting choices for what they did with the camera, so many interesting things that didn't involve jump scares. I was actually scared. Do you know how long it's been in a movie, like since in a horror movie at least, that I've been like legitimately scared and kind of like like there were so many moments in this movie. There was one moment where a character died because their head just went. I'm not gonna ruin it, but that moment, those little moments are like what turns film into reality. Those moments that make you feel something. That moment got me. There is a dinner scene in this movie, and it is filmed great, and the acting is top notch. I lost my shit at another part in this movie towards the end. There were so many like pop moments, and a lot of this movie really caught me by surprise. That being said, there are some dumb choices in this movie. There's a couple things that happen toward the end where I really got iffy about this movie. I really was liking this movie a lot. I didn't know, like, I was like, it could be a 9, it could be a 7 out of 10, I don't know. And towards the end of the movie, there was so many choices. There was certain scares that I really didn't agree with, and the plot took a whole different direction. The ending of this movie, it's one of those endings where people are gonna Google Hereditary ending explained. It's one of those. And it's justified because this ending is kind of out of left field. It's a film that is obviously trying to like make you avert your expectations and flip you on your ass and don't just make your head spin type of movie. And it does that successfully, but at the cost, like, the central plot line of this movie, I was much more invested in this alternate plot line that is now the main focus of the movie. I'm not upset by the ending. I just thought there was an amazing movie that could have been conjured out of what we had so far. But the second half, there's certain scares that I didn't like. There were certain moments that felt weak, and although I'm not gonna lie, I was scared as shit towards the end, but when I walked away, I wasn't so much scared anymore as kind of just confused. And that's not to say that the ending doesn't make sense. The ending makes sense. There were people laughing in my theater, like being fucking obnoxious, going all fucking throughout the film. But the ending, people were laughing, people were like just breaking my immersion, and part of that was because towards the end I felt there was a lot of stuff that I would have chopped out or I would have done differently. And sure, it made for a more interesting film, but I don't think it made for a better film. But that doesn't take away from the excellent filmmaking going on here. That doesn't take away from the excellent acting. The main actress, I forget her name already, but she fucking killed it. We got Nate Wolff's brother that I didn't even know existed, fucking Alex Wolff. I was like, why did they put this ugly ass mole on him? And then I was like, oh, that's his brother, I'm an asshole. He did a great job though. He now defeats his brother in scary movies because this was way better than fucking Death Note. That wasn't even a scary movie. But the point is, he was great too. The little creepy girl in this movie, fucking great. I hate when little girls are introduced in these movies and they're either like really like not scary at all, and it's just like they talk in this very kind of way, that or they're just really dumb. And there's those few gems like this girl who whoever her fucking acting coach is doing a good job. And not only do I get the sense that there's something more to this character, at the same time they also feel real. They feel like a normal little girl, which makes the scary shit scary. Like a fucking random 6-year-old who has magical powers, who's like making faces and talking in curt voices. That's not scary. A little girl who's based in reality who turns into something scary, that's scary. Anyway, as I was going through the reviews for this, I realized reading some other people's opinion, there was no jump scares in this movie. There was not a single jump scare, and there was a million opportunities to do so. And there were moments where that anticipation that has been built in the back of our minds for these kind of movies, that was there, but it didn't lead to anything cheap. It led to real scares, real feelings. This is why I go to horror movies. This is why I invest. But thankfully, my investment paid off, but not to the full extent that it could have. I'm going to give Hereditary a 7 out of 10. That is a very strong 7, by the way. I would have given it more, but I just can't say I love this movie. I think I love parts of it, but not all of it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next review, and until then, you can hit up my social media, you can check out my other channels, and you can hit me up in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you, and until next time, with that, I leave you.